Hello, Sai here. I was working on a project and it was going to be a weekend project I was going to get done real quick just to replace this little table I had next to my rocking chair in my living room. And I wasn't going to do a video or anything, but I was making the top of the table with a design, and I took a picture of it and put it on Instagram. And Patrick from Patrick's Workshop replied to my Instagram saying, "Hey, can't wait to see the video." So I said, "Well, I haven't been making one, but I could make one from now." And he's like, "Yeah, do it." So I'm making a video from that point. Oh, and I need to warn you, I had a line from that movie Babe. That'll do pig. I don't know, was stuck in my mind, so that shows up a few times. So enjoy the video, and Patrick, this is basically for you. All right, well, this is what I've gotten so far. We went and got a 1/2-inch sheet of plywood, and husband actually cut that up for me. And then we were gonna do pocket holding, but that didn't work. So what I ended up doing was I just glued it and nailed it. And then I made this drawer. I made these dados just with the, not with the dado blade. Anyway, I meant to do it this way, and I put it on backwards so the drawer actually fits in like this. And here's where the dados go. But the drawer seems to work. And then I plan on making a face for it. Anyway, it was going to be a real simple table, and then I got to thinking, I should make the top pretty. Charley and Sarah from Slowvannah Farms, they gave me a log of cedar, a plank of pecan or pecan. I don't know which way I say it. I thought I said it one way, but it comes out either way. Anyway, pecan or pecan. This is a piece of walnut from them. So I thought it'd be really cool to try to use those woods to make a top. And so I had husband help me again. I had tried to cut these and didn't do a good job. So he went back and cut them for me. So I made some strips of the cedar. And I'll show you where I am now. I'm not sure if I'm liking this just yet. I'm almost thinking that I want it to be not as contrasting. So having more of the walnut in between the cedar. What I would like to do on the corners here is I would like to take this walnut and cut it out in the center here and then just put it on right there like that. Okay, I have a jig set up here with my trim router so that I can just push my trim router along on this edge, and then I have my piece of wood that I want to cut. That seemed to work really well. I ended up having to do 3 passes to get the size I needed. That'll do. That'll do, pig. The sanding I did on this project was very minor. So I sanded this a little bit, and then I glued it on, and then I found some little tiny strips of walnut that I was able to glue on right here. Then I took some strips of cedar and I glued those up into like a little pattern for the drawer front. So then I went back to glue the back side of the walnut strips on. And one of them was a 3-piece strip just because the walnut wasn't long enough. I was kind of bummed about that, but it seemed to glue up okay. Well, I'm a little bit bummed about that one piece, but that'll do, pig. When the drawer was all dry and I took the clamps off, I thought it looked good. I took the clamps off the rest of it when it was dry, and then I measured for the drawer. And then I cut the drawer to fit. But before I glued it, I had to deal with this problem. So I'm figuring that my drawer front, it doesn't matter if my drawer is over here or over here, because from the front it will just look the same. But I'm afraid of when I open the drawer and it wobbles like this, I'll have a hard time getting the drawer back in all the way because it's going to hit over here. So I just happen to have this piece that fits right in that space perfectly. Keep the door from jiggling. So I'm going to glue that in. So I glued that spacer in, which took care of that problem, and then I glued the drawer front on and clamped it up. I didn't have these walnuts in here. I just had 4, and anyway, I added 4 more, and I like that better. And then I had the pecan. I can't remember which one I decided on. Anyway, I took out some of the pecans. So I am just going to start gluing it up now. So I was gluing piece by piece, and then I started gluing sections, and that went really well. And I finished off a whole bottle of glue, but it was, 3/4 way empty already. There it is. Sweet. The next morning, the drawer was all done, so I tried that in, and it seemed to fit pretty well. Hey, so yesterday I was out here working, and I was starting to get tired, and I was starting to make some mistakes. And so, as you can see, it's smaller now than it was because I've cut, and I even cut one of these sides a little bit too short, but that's okay because I think it looks fine like this. So I'm just gonna add on some more walnut and then see if I'm gonna add walnut or pecan around that. Okay. I cut some walnut strips to go around the edges. Then I thought it would look better without these longer little pieces sticking out right here. So I used my saws, and I was able to remove those without damaging anything. And a little finger pressure and chiseling. And I thought that did look better. Then I added some pecan though, here, 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 and here. Okay, I made a few things. This one to hold my phone, this one to hold my iPad. Go right on the back of this. That left the side open so I could slide it in and out and then let it charge. I only used glue. I hope they stay. I was trying to figure out what kind of finish to put on it, so I chose to use the tung oil. And then I did the top 2, and there in the corners you can see where I added the pecan, or pecan, or whatever. However you say them, I liked it. It's finally all dry, and I'm ready to put it into the house. So here it is. The top comes off. And the reason I did that was because I thought it would be neat to have like a secret little drawer in there or a compartment or something, but I haven't done that. So I might do that. And then on the bottom, I added some feet just with some spare parts. So let's go try it in the house. Well, this is my area, and this is where that table is gonna go. This is the table I have here now. So I'm gonna move all my mess over to here. Okay. Hey. There. That fits well. Tear over a little bit. Oh, nice. Well, I got everything to fit. And the back. Got my phone in there charging and my iPad in there charging. So I think that'll do, Pig. That'll do. Well, I think that's a lot better than what was here before. It's not perfect and stuff, but it's just for me and I like it. So thank you for watching, everybody. And I want to say a special thanks to Sarah and Charlie at Slowvannah Farms because they gave me all the Slowvannah Farms wood. So if anybody has any questions, just put them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. That'll do, pig.